never made $100, and I never sponsored one person. Here was the deal. I went to the meeting. They said the spiel. They gave me an enrollment thing. I signed it. I gave them my credit card. The big pack came to my garage. When it came, I called my sponsor and I said, what do I do now? And they said, sell it. And I said, to who? And they said, anybody. And I said, okay. So when your mother-in-law sees you coming for the 7th time, right? And I was selling water filters at the time.
Oh.
And I said, Peggy, water's important. Water's very important. She said, yes, water's important, sweetie. How much is it? And I told her. And then she said, well, how do I know to change the filter, sweetie? I said, that's a very good question. Peggy, let me find out. So I called my sponsor and I said, how does my mother-in-law know when it's time to change the filter? And he said, when the little black shrimpy things come out of the faucet,
Oh no.
it's time to change the filter. I said, am I going to tell that to very healthy, water-conscious people? No. I am taking these, whatever much money I spent on these water filters, I'm sending them back to you, and you should be ashamed of yourself, right? So then we moved to Aspen, Colorado, which is where I'm born and raised, right? And this town is like 5,000 people. And I'm related to everybody. There's no incest, but it looks like it, right? Okay, so my husband is importing seafood because he's so good at it. He got them to move him to Aspen to import seafood. He had the whole southeastern part of the country importing seafood. And his clients were like Cisco, corporate, SYS, not CIS, right? And all the grocery store chains and all the food server people, right? And he was really good at importing seafood. But he worked for somebody else, and he was a heart attack waiting to happen. My husband's 6'8", 285 pounds, and I was very worried about him. And I wanted to ride on my big white horse and rescue my husband from corporate America. But I live in a ski resort. So what do? So I started a hand-painted tile business. I started all kinds of little gigs. And there was no way I was going to replace a 6-figure income painting tile. So my husband finds this network marketing company. And he says, I want to do this business, this is a magnet business. And I said, Bo, if you want to do magnets, you do magnets. If you think this is your way out of corporate America, you do magnets. And I will put some magnets in my ski school uniform, because I'm a private ski instructor. And if somebody's leg hurts or their arm hurts, I'll whip them a magnet. But if they want to buy a magnet, or they want to start a magnet business, they are calling you, not me. Do you hear me? And he said, yes, ma'am. So he went, my husband was playing on 3 rugby teams at the time, importing millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of seafood, and now starting a network marketing business. So I know what happens in these businesses. You go to the thing, you get all excited, you spend all the money, you work your brains out, you call all the people that you love and care about, your friends and your family and your neighbors, right? And then you quit. And they all say, I told you so. That's what happens. So I was waiting, it was 11 months, and I was waiting. He spent $5,000. I'm just waiting for him to quit, just, working his brains out. Really wants me to listen to this cassette tape, and I can't stand the lady's voice, Anyway, I listened to this cassette tape, and I don't want to do the magnet deal, And finally he gets me on a 3-way phone call. Who knows what a 3-way phone call is? How many of you are brave enough to do 3-way phone calls? Okay, much fewer hands, many more, less hands. Anyway, this 3-way phone call, which is the most powerful tool you will discover in network marketing. So if you want to be successful in the CI, I hope you are brave enough to do 3-way phone calls on a daily basis, as many as possible, because you don't have any credibility with your friends, and neither do I. I don't know why that is, but when my daughter was really sick, I told her you really should take 2 ounces of ASEA every 2 hours. And she goes, yeah, right, Mom. And then Debbie Wetzler said to my daughter, Kenzie, you really should take 2 ounces of ASEA every 2 hours. She goes, okay. And she got better. So, you know what? You just can't talk to your friends. You gotta have somebody that doesn't know your friends talk to your friends. That's the way it works. I don't know why, we're weird humans. That's the way it is. So anyway, they got me on a three-way phone call. And I did not want to listen to this lady. I had the phone down here, I was doing this with my hands, and my husband says, Cindy, you're being rude. Put the phone up to your head. So I put the phone up to my head, and these are the words I heard. Cindy, you go to Kansas City, and you check out this company top to bottom. You don't like what you learn, who you meet, I will never talk to you about this company again. And those were the magic words. I will never talk to you. So I'm gonna fly to Kansas City, get you people off my back, because they've been calling me for 11 months every day. Hey, because he had a 45-minute commute. He's got nobody else to talk to. Calling me, follow up, right? So anyway, I said, Bo, if you promise that if I do this, you will never talk to me this again, I will. So I flew to Kansas City, and there was the lady with the red hair that says, hi, what's your name? And I'm like, back, you network marketing freaks, I'm not doing this again. In Kansas City, and the stadium, it's like the Kansas City Royals play, there's 7,000 people in the stadium, right? And Bo's like, let's go to the front, and I go, let's go to the back, so we go to the back of the stadium, and we've got these huge TVs, and I can see every sweat bead, every pore, and I'm like, lie to me, just lie to me, right? And I heard some things that day. I heard this lady say, she was from England, she was a ballet dancer, 90 pounds soaking wet, and she says, most of us lose the ability to dream in the 4th grade. I challenge you to dream this weekend. I'm like, I lose my ability to dream, I can dream, whatever. So then, this couple comes out, they're a very humble couple, and they come out, and they say, we are so grateful for this company. We've made more money than we need for our family, so we've started a reading program for kids with ADD and ADHD. And I thought, oh, I want to do that. Then this other really humble couple comes out, and they love each other. I mean, like they're married and they love each other. What a concept. And they say, well, we also are very grateful to this company, and we are making more money than we need for our family. And so we've actually adopted 100 foster kids. And we make sure that these kids have education and food and shelter. And I thought, oh, I want to do that. And then this Asian guy comes out, and I'm not going to tell you what he said because I'll probably insult some of you. But he made me laugh. And something happens when you laugh, right? So my heart was open, and then this coach came out. And he goes, I got a question for you. This guy, Dave, the top of this company, he got into this company to make $5,000 extra a month. His check last month was $200,000. My question for you is, what would you do with $195,000 a month you really didn't need? And I was trying to answer the question, but I was like, wait a minute, that's too big of a question for me. I can do $195,000 a year that I really didn't need, but a month, I can't even do the math. It blows a search tree in my head. So anyway, I started dreaming like that lady said, and I'm like, maybe I could start a reading program. Maybe I could adopt foster kids. And oh my gosh, I could feel, I took the bait, right? I was like, darn it, this was not going to happen. My sponsor was so smart. She said, while you're here, may I give you homework? Now she's so smart because you know what respectful network marketers do? They ask you permission. Do you know what pushy network marketers do? They tell you what to do.
Oh yeah.
So she asked me, she said, while you're here, may I give you homework? And I said, well, I'm here, you might as well give me homework. And she said, I challenge you to meet the people in the audience. You're gonna hear all the people from stage, they're great. But I want you to go meet the people in the audience. And I want you to ask them 2 questions. What's your product experience? And what's your business experience? And write it on the back, ask them if they have a card, and then write their little notes on the back of their card, and then ask them if they'll help you in a 3-way phone call. And I said, okay, fair enough. So I do that, 100 interviews. I did 100 interviews. I was blown away. I'm like, if these people can do it, I can do it. So I said to Bo, I said, where do we find out more about this business? And he goes, what'd you do with my wife? Right? And he said, Cindy, it's midnight. And I said, yeah, nobody does this business at midnight. And he says, well, there's one guy I know, and if he's up, he's in the bar. And I said, well, let's go to the bar. So we went to the bar, and there's this guy having a cocktail, and he sat there till 3 o'clock in the morning, understanding every little in and out about this business. And then we went back to Aspen, and we were going to change the world. Now, what I learned from that company, first of all, I did not know how to look at network marketing companies. Okay? I love the product. I thought that was enough. I came from a sales background, and everybody in network marketing told me, just go sell the product. Okay? That's what I thought this whole thing was about. These products were beds, water systems, air systems, durable goods, right? You buy one, you don't need another one for 15 years, right? It's not a residual income model, right? So what did I have? A job selling wellness products. It's not what I signed up for. I signed up for freedom. I had no freedom, because if I disappeared, so did my money. So I put my hands up in the air after 12 years of trying to go diamond for 8 years. I joined every mastermind group. I was on every phone call. I did every friggin' webinar. I couldn't do it. Something was wrong with me. I was bad at network marketing. So for 9 months, I walked my dog, I took hot baths, and I mowed my lawn. I was fried. Emotionally, physically, mentally, fried. My husband, on the other hand, was working his brains out. So I woke up one day and I'm like, you know what? I really believe that everybody on this planet is put here for a purpose. I don't know what my purpose is anymore. What am I supposed to do? And the next day, Chuck and Tammy Gates called and told me about a CA. And I didn't trust it. Because it was very important that I went from good to great. God bless Trish Winkler, but I could not have gone from healthy chocolate to Zeo Light to feminine napkins to God knows what she did, right? I would not have made it through that journey. So I got a network marketing education for the next 6 months. We had done well enough in network marketing to be flown all over the country, because we had made 2 decisions at that point. It had to be an American company, and it had to be in health and wellness. I can't even tell you how many companies we looked at. And we learned so much, and now I understand why people hate network marketing. It was embarrassing. These people did not have their act together. They should not have been giving tours of their production facility. One company was giving product in paper bags. Another girl was sitting there, she was the only one answering the phone. There was a line like a mile long, and these people weren't getting paid properly, their products weren't coming in properly, and this lady had to answer the phone and deal with all these angry associates. That was network marketing. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know this existed out there. So when you go and talk to people and they roll their eyes at you, it's not about you. You're not doing anything wrong. You have no idea what's going on in that person's life, okay? And if you say, have you done network marketing before, and they curl their lips, say, will you please tell me about your experience? So you have some compassion, right? They still don't have to join your team. They never have to do this, okay? You're not going to convince anybody. We're in the education business, not the sales business, all right? So I wrote down 8 things on a piece of paper. I said, if I'm going to put my time and my energy into another network marketing company, it's got to tick off all these boxes. So, where do I click? It's on. I'm clicking, but it's not going. It is here.
The laptop is.
Can somebody move the slide forward for me? The power's on. New batteries. Maybe
It's
that's
got
it.
brand new internet.
That's okay. Just advance it one time while you're figuring it out, and we'll just keep going, because otherwise Danielle's gonna get mad at me for taking too much time. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you about the product. I was looking for a product that was unique. It made a difference, because when you have a product that has impact on people, you have a built-in engine, okay? Those people are probably gonna tell people about it, whether they build a business or not. That is a good thing to have on your side, right? And what did we learn? It has to be consumable, okay? So, and is ASEA patented? Yes. So are we the only company inside and outside of network marketing that has redox signaling molecules in a bottle and in a tube? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. So, and does the product have impact?
Yes.
Huge. Huge, okay? So, how many guests do we have in the room? How many people do not know anything about redox signaling molecules? Okay, well, this is for you, okay? So you're making redox signaling molecules right now, and if you weren't, you'd be dead. Go ahead and clap your hands. Okay, you see your hands stinging? You just damaged lots of cells. Don't worry, they'll get better. Why will they get better? Because of your redox signaling molecules. In 1998, a Nobel Prize was awarded for the discovery that these redox signaling molecules actually do something in the body. They thought it was a useless byproduct of the cell making energy, kind of like exhaust from a car, right? But they discovered in 1998 that these molecules did something. What do? They signal. They give your body information. What kind of information? What cells are healthy and which cells are unhealthy. So the body will protect the healthy cells and repair or replace the unhealthy cells. Do you think that's important? Anything, I don't care what the fancy name is on the other end of the program, starts off as unhealthy cells replicating.